What's up, guys? Welcome to another weekly trading recap of every single trade taken this week. This week was amazing for me on this new account that I made. It was a $2,000 account, and I'm trying to get it as high as possible. As of right now, we're on a pretty good streak. This past week, I'm pretty sure it was $3,000 week. I'm gonna show you guys right now in my phone how much profit did I make. Wait a second, it's gonna be real quick. So over here, as you can see, this is the profit of the week. Let me see if I can show it. Well, it says $2,300. I'm gonna leave a screenshot somewhere around the screen because the camera couldn't see well the numbers, so I'm just gonna leave a screenshot. And with that being said, let's keep going. I did about $2,300 on a $2,000 account in a week, which that is amazing, to be honest. I was not expecting to make that much money in that account this week. I was kind of risking a little bit too much for the size of the account. I was risking about 10% per trade. Well, but before I continue with this video, if you're starting to trade, don't risk 10% of your account. Please don't do that if you're not experienced or you cannot afford the loss. 10% is a huge risk. So my recommendation, if you're trading in a prop firm challenge, is 0.5% to 1%. If you're trading your real money, I'll say between 3 to 4%, it will be a good risk because that gives you a lot of space if you're in a losing streak to lose a little bit of money. And also it gives you a strong risk to reward depending on the size of your account. You can make a lot of money. Because if you risk 1% with a real account, you're not going to really be making that much if your account is a $10,000 account. But let's keep going. So what I was looking on Monday or Tuesday, no, this is Tuesday. Let's go to Monday. Monday was this day right here. So on Monday, it was a pretty simple trade. I took it about 10:30 Eastern time, which I didn't trade at the usual time where I trade, which is 9:30 to about 10 a.m. This day I was kind of busy about that time, so I decided to trade a little bit later. I saw that there was like a strong resistance zone over here. Price was not trying to go after this lows right here. It was not trying to break this part. So after I saw a lot of rejections in this area, I decided to buy. Why I decided to buy. So let's go to the 30-minute time frame and show you guys why I decided to buy. Because some of y'all will think, oh my god, but that is a clear sell or whatever. Nope, it's not. Let me take you back to this trade. Where is it at? Was at Monday. Start with Monday. This is on the 30-minute time frame, and I'm gonna keep going lower and lower and lower. All right. So on the 5-minute time frame, what was happening on the 5-minute time frame? 5-minute time frame, it was rejecting this area right here. It was not trying to go past this area. Some of you guys would have sold over here, which is a pretty good sell. I'm not gonna lie, but as I was telling you, I was kind of busy at that time, so I couldn't trade at that time. So let's go to the 15-minute time frame and see what was happening in the 15-minute time frame. It looks kind of bearish, right? But overall, the structure was still bullish. And for those of y'all that don't know what bullish is, I'm gonna give you free sauce right here. That's when the market is going up, and bearish when the market is going down. Okay, so then it made like a double bottom right here. This is a pretty good signal to enter a trade on a buy, especially if it's the fourth rejection of this area. Right after I did that fourth rejection of this area, I was like, okay, it might be a buy, and let's target this area right here, which was a strong zone of support and resistance. So I just decided to buy over here. Honestly, my entry I think was in the 3-minute time frame. It was not in the 5-minute. Yep, I saw this bullish engulf in the 3-minute time frame, a little bit of volume right here, so I decided to just boom, lock in that trade, a little buy, 35 pip stop loss. Now I'm trading with a little bit of a bigger stop loss just because the markets are giving 100 pips sometimes, and it's moving a lot of points in a short time. So I'm targeting now 100 pips, 90 pips, and I'm just putting stop losses of 30 pips, 35 pips. And this was a pretty good trade. It went to profits. It was pretty quick. So let's say 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. It was about a 20-minute trade. Pretty quick. Then I decided that I wanted a little bit more money that day. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna mark this zone right here in the 3-minute time frame. Because it rejected the zone and went up. But it was kind of my mistake because this was a strong area. So probably it was gonna go down. But I was trying to follow the trend once again, and it took me out. So this day, I didn't make as much profit as I wanted to, but it was still a profitable day, which is not bad. And I ain't gonna lie, on Sunday, like before this trade right here, I won this beautiful trade right here. It was pretty easy. Rejection of this strong of support, strong zone of support, and instantly profits. I should have held way more because I kind of knew that the price was going to shoot up from this area all the way to this area. But it's what it is. I took my profits this day, so that's why I was willing to risk a little bit more on that third entry for the day, which I'm counting Sunday and Monday on the same day just because it was less than 24 hours. But now let's go to Tuesday. Let's go. Okay, Tuesday goes right here. Now, as always, let's go to the short term, which is 5-minute time frame, and see what I was seeing over here. What happened? Okay, so this is 9:35, about the time frame, about the time where I entered the trade usually. I was thinking that the market was gonna reject this area and shoot up, following the trend because it's still bullish, and it took me out. Pretty sure, yeah, it took me out. It's not a good trade, but eventually it shoot back up. So I'm not sure what happened. It was probably that I didn't wait for a closure of this candle. That's what I'm thinking, or a closure of the 30-minute time frame, which I recommend you guys to wait for closure. Please wait for closure because it's gonna save you a lot of losses. Sometimes I didn't wait for closure because volume has been moving pretty crazy lately, and I had to pay the price. But then after that, I just waited for another pullback to this area right here. It was kind of choppy, but in the 15-minute time frame, I guess it was looking pretty good. Well, it was not looking that good, but watch how it closes. Boom. That's the closure I'm trying to see. It didn't close engulfing the whole candle, so it was not a bearish engulfing. So it was a great opportunity to buy. And look what happened. Profits. Boom. 30 pip stop loss, 80 pip take profit. Pretty good day. Keep in mind, every single trade that I was hitting, it was about $600. So as of right now, I got 2 losses, which counts for about $200 to $300, which let's say is about 500 to 600 loss in loss, and then winnings are 600, 600, 600. So that's 1800, and then subtract 5 to 600. That's about $1,200 as of Tuesday. Pretty good week until Tuesday. Now let's check out how was Wednesday for me. Pretty sure Wednesday was a good day. The only bad day was Thursday probably. This week was kind of easy to trade, especially in every session. It was not only New York session. I was trading Tokyo session as well, just because it's giving good entries lately, like this one right here. Of course, like people will say, "Oh yeah, but this strong area of support or whatever." Bro, price is going up. I'm not gonna trade putting sales because I've done that shit before and I always lose. So this was another trade, bullish engulfing in the 5-minute time frame. Bro, broken this area right here with the volume and then shoot straight up. This was another $600 trade. So as of right now, $1,800 in profit for the week. Pretty good. I should have entered on this trade as well because look, break, retest, boom. That's the perfect entry, bro. A break and retest is the best entry you can do because look, once the market does this, it's going to the next area. 160 pips. Of course, I'm not gonna hold 160 pips because it's way too many pips. I don't have the balls to hold all that, especially not hold a 400 pip move, which I wish I was able to. But I don't know, bro. I just like to, as soon as I see $600, $800, even $1,000, I just want to take that out. Now let's see what happened on Wednesday. So Wednesday was another decent day. I think I should have entered over here, but this is not the time where I usually enter a trade. Usually entered about 9:30, which lately has been kind of hard because at that time I'm kind of busy, which kind of mad because of that because I love entering a trade at 9:30. But this day I think I did. It was a little bit later though. It was at 9:45. But my trade would have been a buy, rejecting this area right here. Cause look, it shoot up as soon as it touched that area. So my zones are pretty good. At 9:40, rejected this area. The next candle, pretty sure it was probably a news. Why this reacted like that? It was just like a strong rejection, and I just followed the volume all the way up 80 pips. Another $600 trade. At this point, I'm sitting at about $2,400 for the week, which is pretty good. And then I'm pretty sure on Wednesday night I also traded, and it was also profitable as well. Let's see. So yeah, market came down here, got boom. It rejected this area, in a lower time frame. Keep in mind, guys, like gold has never been this high ever. So these are new zones that I'm marking. If you want, you can take a screenshot of it. But these areas right here are brand new. Why? Because the market has never been in this area ever. So yeah, I don't know why gold is making some crazy moves to the upside. Pretty sure gold is gonna get to $4,000 pretty soon. It has breaking records every single week. It's crazy. Every day is breaking new records and new records and new records. So yeah, this was a pretty good trade. And then on Wednesday, so by this point, I'm profit about $3,000 for the week. And then I lost 3 trades in a row. This day right here. Why? Because I decided to overtrade. Don't overtrade. This is the worst thing that you can do. Well, 2 trades is the max that I do. So I overtraded by 1, which is it was not that bad. First trade I lost $200. Decided to buy as soon as it rejected, and then it came back down. Took me out. I was like, okay, I guess the market is just gonna plumb down a little bit more. Sold over here. Took me out, and then eventually I decided to buy again. Took me out again, and then it played out. So I was kind of pissed, but I took the L, whatever, $600 L because 200, 200, 200. $600 L. So by Thursday, I was already up by 2,000 or 2,300. I'm gonna show you the screenshot at the beginning of the video. I already showed you. So that's gonna be the exact amount of profit that I made. And then Friday and Thursday night, I didn't trade at all because it was a holiday. So the market was completely closed, no volume at all. So there was no reason for me to trade. And with that being said, this is the end of this video. If you want to learn how to day trade, gold specifically, I'm not going to teach you other stuff because I only focus on gold. But I think is the best thing that you can do. Just focus on one pair and trade that pair at 1 session or 2 sessions max, like I do. You can DM me on Instagram or leave it in the comments, and we can hop in a call, see if you're a good fit for me to teach you the skill. I charge. It's not going to be for free, just for you to know. But it's going to be worth it. I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars in your first year. If you do, it will be the best thing that can happen to me because I did a good job. But realistically, you're probably going to learn this skill in a couple months. You're going to make sure you learn it. And realistically, you're going to start making money between 6 to 7 months after you learn. Because, of course, you got to start with like a demo account. And then after you demonstrate me that you're making money in a demo account, I'm going to put you in a real account. And that's where you're going to start making real money. So, you're interested? Just leave it in the comments. Go to my Instagram or my TikTok and you can DM me. I will answer any message. And yeah, guys, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great week, a great weekend, and happy Easter.